Lake Mead, the largest reservoir in the United States and a vital source of water and power for the Southwest, continues to face alarming challenges despite a slight rise in its water level this October. As of October 9, the reservoir sits at an elevation of 1,058 feet above sea level, showing a modest increase compared to previous months. This improvement, however, is not the result of natural recovery but rather the outcome of emergency water releases from Lake Powell and Blue Mesa Reservoir upstream. These transfers are part of federal management efforts to keep Hoover Dam operational, as the dam generates hydropower for hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses across Nevada, Arizona, and California. The strategy buys time but comes with significant trade-offs, since Lake Powell is dropping at a drastic rate and Blue Mesa continues to lose water, leaving recreation ecosystems and communities in those areas under growing pressure. Even with this temporary boost, Lake Mead remains at only 29% of its total capacity, one of the lowest points in its history, and the situation underscores the severity of the ongoing water crisis in the Colorado River Basin. The reasons for the decline are layered and interconnected. The basin has been experiencing a prolonged megadrought for over 2 decades, intensified by climate change. Warmer temperatures reduce snowpack in the Rocky Mountains, the river's main source, and cause more evaporation from streams, soils, and reservoirs, meaning less water flows downstream. Meanwhile, human demand far outpaces what nature can provide. The Colorado River supplies water to around 40 million people across 7 U.S. states and Mexico, in addition to irrigating millions of acres of farmland that grow crops consumed nationwide. Agriculture alone uses the majority of the river's water, while urban centers like Las Vegas, Phoenix, and Los Angeles continue to expand, drawing more from a system already stretched to the breaking point. On top of that, the foundation of water distribution in the region, the Colorado River Compact of 1922, was written during an unusually wet period and allocated more water than the river realistically produces. This overallocation locked states into promises they cannot meet in today's drier climate, and the political difficulty of renegotiating those agreements has left the system vulnerable. The result is a constant balancing act, shifting water from one reservoir to another, delaying hydropower failures at Hoover Dam or Glen Canyon Dam, but never truly solving the underlying shortage. Looking ahead, the outlook is uncertain and troubling. If dry conditions persist and demand does not decrease, Lake Mead could fall to levels where Hoover Dam can no longer generate electricity, disrupting power supplies and forcing widespread cuts to water deliveries. On the other hand, if the region experiences above-average snowfall in the Rockies over several winters, levels could stabilize, but even then recovery to healthy levels would take years of consistent wet conditions and careful management. Experts warn that without bold changes in water use, conservation, and policy, the crisis will only deepen. Lake Mead is more than just a reservoir. It is the backbone of life in the desert Southwest, supporting cities, farms, ecosystems, and economies. Its current struggle represents the harsh reality of a river system that has been pushed beyond its limits by both human demands and the changing climate, and its future will determine how millions of people adapt to a drier and more uncertain world.